Yo, what's going on guys? HyperX here, and today I want to talk about DokeV. You guys might have seen this in the Gamescom trailer. Some of you guys, it might have been the first time you've seen it. It was actually shown off quite a while back in 2019. Pearl Abyss had a showcase then. They showed off a couple of different games. Pearl Abyss, of course, being the studio behind Black Desert, other MMOs like that. And they showed this off a little while ago, but since then, kind of went quiet because the original trailer was largely speaking just a CG trailer. But finally, at Gamescom, they dropped a gameplay video. And honestly, this game looks so much fun, but it's also one of those videos where if you know absolutely nothing about the game and you just watch the video, it doesn't really do a good job of telling you what you do in this game. It basically just looks like a big load of fun, which is not a bad thing. I mean, inherently, a game that is just about having fun is really cool. In fact, from watching the trailer alone, it just looks like a big playground, a big sandbox, a place to jump around, explore, have fun, and to a degree, that is true. However, in this video, I want to speak a little bit more about what exactly this game is, what we know so far, what you can expect to do, and kind of just shed some light on it because this is something that I cannot wait to jump into. So if you guys do enjoy this, a like would be super appreciated. Comment down below, let me know what you guys think of this. Let me know if you maybe sort of saw this for the first time or if you've been following this since it was first announced, but regardless, let's get started. So first things first, what exactly is this game? Well, it's officially described as a creature collecting open world action adventure game filled with intriguing stories and set in a unique, vibrant world. You befriend the adorable DokeV, which are basically the creatures, and they gain strength from and encourage people's dreams. And you can then kind of go with them and embark on adventures. That's basically the sort of top level premise for the game. Now it's worth noting, back in 2019, when this was first shown off, it was originally supposed to be an MMO. Given, of course, that this is Pearl Abyss, that is one of their strengths. However, it's worth noting that now it is not described as an MMO, it is just described as an open world action adventure game. So much more sort of focused on the exploration and less so about the sort of MMO aspect of things. Also, since it's being kind of advertised like a monster collecting game, then you can almost imagine this as like the combination of games like Pokemon, Yokai Watch, and sort of like merging those together in this interesting metaverse that basically, according to the developers, is designed to highlight and sort of bring back special moments from their childhood. In fact, there was actually a follow-up video following this trailer where the developers spoke a little bit about what the game is, and they said that they wanted to create a game for everyone. The developers were saying how like a lot of the time they think about games that they can play with their kids, and they realize they don't necessarily always have something that they can experience together. And while of course you take a look at the vibrant sort of kid-like aesthetic with these chibi little characters, all the characters are of course kids you're playing as, which probably means no beards in customization. Sad face. That being said, I kind of get sort of Splatoon vibes from this. But basically the idea is the developers are talking about how they wanted something that they could all enjoy together as a family while still giving you lots of exciting things to do. So again, the focus here being on open world action, and supposedly in kind of gameplay, you'll encounter events and problems that you'll need to solve. And of course, you'll solve these both with your character and also the DokeV that you collect. The main story, of course, revolves around finding these and going on adventures with them. And as you progress throughout, some of them you'll of course encounter more organically. Other ones might actually be kind of hidden. So there'll actually be the sort of exploration aspect behind sort of going around, going off the beaten tracks, trying to sort of find these, uncover them. I'm sure there'll be some really, really cool ones that are rather powerful. They wanted to sort of make sure there's lots of funny and comical elements to this, but they also said when it comes to combat, which actually looks kind of cool because for a lot of the trailer you just see them running around, exploring, and on the sort of exploration front, when it comes to traversal, there's loads of cool things to sort of mess around with and seemingly use. You'll see them going around the city on skateboards, they're flying kites, one of them's riding on the back of a llama, there's even a sort of Mary Poppins style umbrella. In fact, they even have basically the wire bug from Monster Hunter Rise or Spider-Man's web slinger, however you want to see it, but definitely the visual style looks very, very similar to the wire bug from Rise. I'm not complaining, that was a fantastic thing. So you've kind of got this big, fun, open world sandbox environment that you can just explore however you like. However, going back to combat, as I was speaking about previously, it does still have Pearl Abyss's signature style of action combat, but they wanted to make it slightly more accessible for everyone, of course, given the sort of family nature of the game. But that is quite interesting because while I know not everyone is a huge fan of Black Desert, anyone that has played it, even if you don't like the the monetization model and stuff like that, I think a lot of people will generally speaking agree that combat in Black Desert Online and Pearl Abyss games in general is actually really good. In fact, that is one of the highlights of the game. It's one of the things that people often talk about outside of the visuals. So having Pearl Abyss's sort of signature action style combat worked into this fun, vibrant world actually looks hilarious. I mean, there's loads of times where they're just using their DokeV to like fight with them. At one point they bring out a giant hammer and just destroy enemies in this sort of fun like Nintendo style battle. I mean, this is the thing. If you hadn't told me that this was created by Pearl Abyss, I probably would have thought this was a Nintendo game given the sort of fun kid-like aesthetic. But that being said, it looks a lot of fun. Combat looks cool, exploration looks cool, and just the fact that it's like one of those worlds where seemingly you could just jump in and I guess kind of to a degree what you do sometimes if you're playing GTA. Yes, you have a story, but then you can also go around and mess around in the world, albeit this is not about stealing cars and peddling drugs. This is more so about having fun and living out kid-like adventures. But honestly, from everything I've seen so far, it looks really cool. It is far too early to say right now. We haven't played it too much. I have no idea what their, say, monetization model is going to be like, so quite whether it actually ends up playing how it looks, quite whether it actually ends up being as good as it looks, will of course remain to be seen. Right now we don't have a release date, it is just slated as in development. Potentially it could be next year, and they are saying they're going to be targeting consoles and PC, but they haven't specified which just yet. So a lot of that stuff is just an unknown, it's just being, worked on, and they'll of course release it whenever they're happy with it. But from what I've seen so far, the whole vibrant aesthetic, the fun different ways to explore the city, the whole monster collecting side of things. I mean, I love Pokemon, I play Yokai Watch in my time, I love those kind of games anyway, so the ability to actually go around, collect these creatures that can fight alongside you, and then have fun, it just looks cool. So yeah, that's pretty much what we have so far on DokeV. Of course, once we do find out more and learn more about the game, I'll be sure to let you guys know, but for the time being, let me know what you guys think. Is this something that you want to check out? Do you want to see more from this? And of course, if you do, then do keep it locked on the channel. If you want to catch more from us at HyperX Gaming, don't forget you can catch the guys TwoSixNine and Paradise Central streaming over on Twitch weekdays, playing a variety of games. If you guys want to jump in, tune in, watch, and even join in, then make sure you check them out. The links to those are in the description box down below, and of course you can join the Discord to get involved in all of the discussions.